Life's too short to drive boring cars. Hey, we all know how expensive brand new luxury cars are. We'd all love to drive a brand new car, but we don't all necessarily want to spend the full MSRP. As a matter of fact, demand is high, price is higher, and even availability is low. So sometimes you want to look outside the box, and you can get some phenomenal deals on some amazing driving luxury cars for fractions of the dollar as brand new. I want to let you guys in on a secret. I have 5 amazing luxury cars that if you wait for 1 year, you will save a fortune. Let's get into it now. So the first car on my list that provides so much value if you buy at 1 year of age because they drop like a rock in terms of value is the BMW 5 Series right here. This specifically is the M5, and this one is truly iconic, so it's actually just a bonus that these cars depreciate to the tune of about $25,000 or about 36% in the first year of ownership. That generally doesn't include the M5, but that does include anything else like the 550 or the 540 or even the 530. But looking here, yes, they depreciate very quickly, but they are also such great value. These are absolutely such stunning vehicles, literally some of the most beautiful and handsome vehicles on the market. Here you've got the glorious M5, and it's got the wonderful laser LED headlights that shoot about 600 meters down the road. Of course, you've got the beautiful alloy wheels and the infamous M5 decal again, soft touch handles, LED taillights all the way around, and here we have the M5 Competition, which sports the beautiful little quad tailpipes, which are not fake like a lot of brands are these days. And it has a wonderful little rear diffuser that also gives it that sporting touch, but it's more than just for style. This car has carbon fiber roof, so there won't be a sunroof associated with that. And the M5 literally has some of the most handsome interiors in the business as well. So whether you're buying the 530 that has under 300 horsepower, or you decide you want to buy the 540 which has well over 300 horsepower, or you want the 550, or even better, the M5 as pictured right here, you truly have top pops buying the 5 Series car, as it does lose the most significant amount of money in the first year and represents the biggest bang for your buck if you're gonna buy the car 1 year old. So let's move on to the second vehicle on my list that if you wait for 1 year, you can buy such a phenomenal deal. Here it is the Infiniti Q50, which essentially is the same as the Q60. However, this one is the sedan. It's the 4 doors. These things are great vehicles. From a styling perspective, Infiniti always knocks it out of the park with some interesting styling accents on the front grille, LED headlights, alloy wheels, and even the mirrors are uniquely styled. How about soft touch with some nice chrome accents and some other interesting little accent pieces. LED taillights, and because this one is all-wheel drive, it's versatile for bad driving conditions like you'll see right here. You'll notice this car also has dual tailpipes, so it's form and function all fused in together. How about the inside of these cars? Very, very interesting interior, very modern and luxurious. But if you look at that, there's the price, $50,000 brand new. And if you'd believe it, at 50 grand, this vehicle loses such heavy depreciation in the first year that by waiting that first year, you can expect to save about 35% of its original value to the tune of about $17,000 US. On the Canadian market, it's even more. That's right. These cars become ludicrously inexpensive if you decide to buy one slightly used, and that's exactly where you want to buy these. These cars are amazing too. They're not just a piece of junk wrapped in a nice little skin. As a matter of fact, 3-liter V6, 300 horsepower in the base model. You can also get a twin-turbo 3-liter V6 that makes 400 horsepower. Couple that to the 7-speed automatic shiftable transmission, and you have a sporting, luxurious winning package. Right there, the Infiniti Q50. Wait for a year though. The third choice of the best top 5 vehicles that provide the best bang for your buck, the best value because they suffer such a heavy depreciation after 1 year is the Mercedes GLA 250. These vehicles are great and they've been redesigned slightly for this year. And there's so much greatness tucked away in there for such value because in 1 year this thing has lost about 31% of its original value, and about $13,600 is the equivalent in US funds. The GLA 250 is essentially Mercedes subcompact entry entry-level SUV, but it doesn't mean it does without a lot of the options. This has an upgraded 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with a turbocharger slapped onto it that makes now about 221 horsepower and about 260 pound-feet of torque tucked underneath the hood there. It's also now coupled to an 8-speed double clutch transmission. That's right, no longer just a standard wet torque converter style tranny. This is a double clutch gearbox tucked under there. And of course, standard drive is front-wheel drive, but because many cars here in Canada are outfitted, upgraded, this one actually has all-wheel drive. As you can see, it's a 4MATIC. These vehicles are actually wonderfully styled too to boot. I mean, with these flaring hips here, give it that aggressive stance. You've got double exhaust tips there. The GLA 250 does look spanky, but most importantly, you've got chrome accents here, chrome accents on the door handles, brushed aluminum rack, as well as an oversized glass sunroof. Got some pretty stylish wheels as well, and the front grille is also very standard Mercedes with the big 3-pointed star and lots of different accents to just create that level of complexity and precision you'd expect from a Mercedes. Of course, you've also got LED headlights and cool little markers on the mirrors. The interior, slightly bland, but that's probably its only downfall. These in fact are so good, even though they're a little bit loud from the inside, they're slightly less refined than you would expect from say an E or an S-Class Benz. They do provide phenomenal bang for your buck, and I was even test driving one of these. We came very, very close to buying one for my wife until we just decided to step up to a C-Class. Either way, great value buying these as a 1-year-old car. And the fourth car on my list of cars that I would easily buy because they are so great and in fact they're so cheap as a 1-year-old car, it's the Infiniti Q60. Right there. You can see it has another amazing grille, very much like the Q50. The little sensors are neatly hidden in the grille. The front spoiler looks very, very sporty. Actually, it does have a very sporting intention, and the headlights, again, have a very distinctive, strong appeal. As we move around, we've got the upgraded gunmetal wheels and red brake calipers, showing that this particular S model has some serious sporting intentions. Then we move along right here. We have an even sharper looking mirror and an absolutely gorgeous interior with thick bolstering and amazing luxury appointments. We also have the sunroof on top, handles with chrome accents, and more additional unique accents. But what's very interesting about this particular model, we've got the dual exhaust as we have on the sedan. We've got much more unique styling on the back in the diffuser area, and this one is the Q60S model. You'll notice we've also got a carbon fiber lip on there, which gives it even more sporting look. And again, with 400 horsepower of punch packed underneath the hood there, this is a sure winner. Again, base model 300 horse and upgraded being the 400 horsepower. 400 horse. Do you remember the Ferrari 360? How about the Porsche 996 twin turbo? They're all 400 horsepower cars. This is very much a competitor. Yes, they've really stepped up their game. And this car loses 31% or about $17,000 in the first year. So that's why this is one of the top 5 cars you want to buy 1 year old. So the fifth car on my list absolutely blows my mind why this car is so darn cheap after 1 year of depreciation. Because, in fact, truly the BMW 3 Series is truly one of the best sporting sedans on the market. Don't care what you have, what you bring to the table, truly is one of the best. So here we have the 340i. These cars lose over 30% of their original value in just 1 year. Yes, about 15 grand if we're talking about the base 330, or these can lose almost $20,000 or a third of their value in that first year of ownership. So this is where you want to buy them because they're virtually new. You have all of the benefits of a new car because it still has all of the original warranty. Usually they have low mileage, but in fact, you're getting all of that new car for fractions of new car pricing. Let's take a look here. Obviously, the 340 has this little crosshatch grille. This car looks very, very sporting and menacing. It has that nice little flare on the side, which makes it look mean and aggressive. You could even see the flare there. It looks very, very powerful. We cycle around. We've got LED headlights, classic complements of BMW. And here, alloy wheels. Pretty garden variety on the blue calipers, M badging, great little mirror LEDs, as well as we've got a heads-up display tucked in there and a slightly larger than average sunroof than what we're finding in its competition. We notice we've got a nice little lip on the trunk lid that gives it a little bit of extra sportiness. X-Drive means we've got all-wheel drive, and it's the M340i, which truly is the car of choice. And you'll notice we've got dual exhaust tips down there and all kinds of extra vents and accents. Just like down here, BMW truly does put the effort into style as well as performance. How about the interior on these beautiful cars? Absolutely top quality. You'll notice you've got contrast stitching and you've got the latest in iDrive systems here. How about that wonderful bulging hood as well? So there's no question in my mind, BMW and the 3 Series do provide such a phenomenal value and bang for your buck. How can you possibly resist such a car when they lose almost a third of their value in that first year? That's obscene to understand that can actually happen. That's why instead of maybe buying one of these brand new, maybe that year-old car is the where you want to get in. So how can you possibly resist a 382 horsepower, straight 6 turbocharged engine, made it up to an 8-speed automatic transmission that will wallop a 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds? In a car like this, that it's as handsome, as pretty as this, all for about 70% of its original value. The BMW 3 Series cars. So Marcus, what do you think of the new 4 Series?
Ew, why is there a butterfly on the front?
With all that said, I know you guys enjoyed it. Hey, if you've been looking at maybe a BMW M4, the new one with the big grille, be sure to check out that. That's my first impressions video. You're going to love it. Hope to see you guys real soon. Catch you then. Bye-bye.